Hey guys, what's up? So today I have a pretty exciting video. I'm going to review my Pebble Smartwatch. Okay, first things first guys. So everyone should like this video because of that sick intro that I finally like I'm going to be using for the foreseeable future. But the Pebble Watch. So I got the Pebble Watch about 2 weeks ago and I wanted to use it for a while before I post my opinions and review for it. So why don't we start off with what comes in the box. Not much comes with the actual watch other than the watch itself comes with a band, and it comes with the charging cable and some startup guides. It does not come with a wall mount brick. You have to use one of your own, or you can just plug it into a USB connector on your computer. Not a big deal, but it would be nice if they included it. So the Pebble Smartwatch comes in a variety of different colors. It comes in black, which is the kind I have. You can get it in white, gray, red, and orange. I chose black because it looks the most professional, doesn't stand out too much, and it goes with the most things, unlike the orange color, which will probably stand out a bit more on your wrist. One of my main concerns when getting the watch was the type of band that it comes with, because all the reviewers and like all the videos I've watched of it, they always talk bad about the band because it's like cheap silicone, and that was like, I was like, alright, whatever, you can replace it because you can actually take off the band and put on whatever band you want. It's works with just about any sort of watch band. But I have it now, and I think the silicone does fine. It looks good, it's good silicone. It has a cool pebble embroidered on the band where you put the strap through, and it's just not as cheap as I thought it was going to be, so I'm probably going to rock it for at least for the foreseeable future before I maybe pick up a stainless steel or a leather band. So yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. So on the inside of the Pebble, it comes with some pretty cool things. It has a 3D accelerometer, which is how it's able to count your steps, which there's plenty of apps where it will take use of that. It has a compass in it, so it knows the direction you're facing. And it has a light sensor, so it knows if it's light in your room or light outside, or if it's dark and needs to use its backlight, which it does have. Now let's get to the display. It is a 1.26 inch e-ink display. E-ink is the same technology as what's in the Kindle. It's what makes it so you can use your Kindle outside and when light's just beaming at it, because if you ever try taking an iPad outside and try to read, you're going to get an awful glare. So it has the same e-ink technology, which means like the more light the better. You get a nice clean look at it and you won't have a very bad glare or reflection issue. It does have a backlight, because the problem with e-ink is that it won't light up like an LED display. So it has an LED backlight on it where you can activate it with using one of the buttons or give it a shake and it will activate it as well. One last thing about the hardware before we get into the software and how this Pebble actually works is I want to make a point of how ridiculously light this thing is. I'm coming from, my old watch is this Relic stainless steel watch, and one of my grievances with it was how much it weighs, and when you wear it on your wrist for such a long time, it gets annoying and I want to take it off. This, I sometimes forget I even have it on my wrist, which is great and I think worth noting. So now let's get into the software and what is running on this Pebble. So when you first get it, you have to sync it to your phone. It has an application that works very well. You can get all your watch faces and your apps via the app, and you can manage your applications and watch faces via the app as well. It has a capacity of, it can have 8 watch faces and apps put together. So that means you can have 4 watch faces or 4 apps, or you can have 7 apps and 1 watch face. That's how it manages its memory, because there's not a whole lot of storage on this thing. Okay, so it comes with 3 watch faces that come on it and you can't remove them. And they're pretty basic. You have one digital one where it shows the date right above it. Then you have another one where it actually says out the time. And then you have an analog display one. I don't know many people who use the stock ones, but they all look good. They're elegant, they're professional. But you're typically going to download a watch face that you're going to want. I personally got the Pebble because it has watch faces that tell you the weather. Since I have an iPhone and it's not as apparent what the weather is, unlike on Android, I now have it on my wrist. So some watch faces that I have installed is the one like I mentioned, the one that shows me the weather outside. It'll tell me the time, obviously, the day of the week, and the date. All very basic information that I like having quick and easy access on my wrist. Other ones I have are an analog. Since I'm used to my analog watch, it's nice to have this as an option. It also tells me the weather outside, the day of the week, and the date. I like that one a lot. And then I have one that's fun where it's just it looks like a Pokemon battle. It shows me the time at the bottom. And what's cool about this app is that it shows me the battery life, which is my Pokemon's health is the battery life, and as that goes down, it lets me know I'm running out of battery. And then the top Pokemon's health is actually the time that goes by. You pretty much beat a Pokemon every hour. So I use it, it's cool to show people, but it's not one of my primary ones, but it's fun to look at. So let's talk about apps now. You can get to your apps by pressing the middle button on the right side, and then it will show you the apps that come pre-installed and then ones that you can get via the Pebble app on your smartphone. So the first one you'll see is the music. That one will only work with the stock player on your iPhone or Android, but it does a very good job of it. You can skip songs, you can pause it, it'll even show you the artist, the album, and the song playing. I love it, it's great. You can download other apps that'll let you control Pandora or Google Play or Spotify. Like that is all accessed via the App Store, but I like to stick with the stock one because it's my primary one. Another app that it comes with is notifications. Another big draw of the Pebble is that when you get a text, a call, an email, any sort of notification that goes right to your lock screen, it'll pop up on your Pebble as you select. You can select what you want there and what you don't want there. But as you select it, it'll pop up on your phone. On your watch, and then you can use notifications to go back and view them again. Because once you exit out of them, they'll go to this notification center. Another one that comes on it is an alarm. That's pretty self-explanatory. You set a time and it will vibrate. It doesn't have a speaker, so it'll primarily just vibrate your wrist and hopefully wake you up. I have not used it. Then below that we have your watch faces, where it's like a smaller view and you can navigate your watch faces fastly and you can see what's on it quickly. Then below that you have settings. Settings require turning off and on Bluetooth, your notifications, what's going to show and what isn't, activity, apps use the activities, aka the 3D accelerometer, so here you can tell it what app you want to be using your activity. You only can use one at a time. Next up we have Quick Launch. I love Quick Launch. It is essentially a quicker way to open up your apps by just holding down the top and bottom buttons on the right side. I have my top one set to open up my music and the bottom one to open an app called Misfit, which I use to track my steps every day. Then underneath that we have date and time. You can select it, but it's going to sync with your phone, so you don't really have to play around with that much. Then in display you can choose to have your backlight always on or always off or set to auto. Most people are going to have it set to auto. So that way it'll detect when it's dark out, and then when you press the back button, which is the only button on the left side, it'll light up, or you can give it a shake and that will light up as well. And then that's that motion sensor option below that. Then you can select your language. So that's all the display about. Will give you like your software updates and all that stuff. And then shutdown, self-explanatory, factory reset, self-explanatory. So that's under settings, and then we get into the apps that I downloaded myself. First thing is up is the ESPN app. This is a very bare basic, like, it lets you know scores of games. That's it. You can set it to MLB, NFL, NHL, and NBA. It has it all, and you can scroll through every game that's being played. It's very useful. I like it to keep up with my hockey teams. Then below that, we have the Misfit app I mentioned earlier. It's very simple. It just tracks your steps. You can set goals, and there's an app that you can download on your smartphone to work alongside of it. Very cool. Use it every day. Then below that, we have my Battery Plus. Since the watch faces I like to use don't show my battery life, I like to have this so I can know exactly what my battery's at. It also will use the activity, but which I have my activity set to Misfit, so it doesn't take hold of that. But you can use your activity for it, and it will track your day progression and pretty much just let you know when your battery spikes are being used, and pretty much just give you data on how much you're using your watch. Now let's talk about battery real quick for a second. It advertises 7 days, and I believe you can get 7 days on very minimal use. Now I'm the kind of guy who doesn't care if I have to charge my phone every day or even my watch every day, since I'm used to charging my phone every day. So that's not a big negative as watch battery, but this thing is fantastic. I get 4 days easily, and that's kind of with heavy use of like checking scores or like the Misfit app always running, backlight using on occasion. So 4 days I can get out of it, 5 sometimes, but 7 I bet is possible with light use. Now, let's get to my absolute favorite feature and the reason why I bought this watch. It is because of the notifications that get pushed from your phone to your wrist. My battery now lasts longer on my phone because of it, because I can get a text sent right to my Pebble, see, oh, I don't need to answer that right now, exit it, and my phone can stay in my pocket the entire time. Or if I get a phone call that I'm like, I can't pick this up right now, and you can hang it up right then and there. It's very basic. You only can view it, you can't reply to it. If you want to reply to it, you'll have to take it out of your pocket, but you can actually pick up your phone via the device. So if you have your phone at least on the table, you can hit pick up and then go to speaker. That's a cool feature. There are apps you can get with like quick replies, so if someone did text you, you can quickly say okay or on my way. Something very simple like that. It's not like the Apple Watch or other smartwatches where it has microphones and you can reply via your watch, but that's fine. You get what you pay for. This is a pretty cheap watch, and I just wanted notifications pushed to my phone so I know what is important, what isn't, and I can ignore my phone if needed. So that's just about it, guys. This is exactly what it advertises. It was one of the very first smartwatches back in 2012, and I know by now the Pebble Time is out, and I know the Apple Watch is out, and the Moto 360 is getting a refresh soon. So this is kind of being beaten on every level right now. But I got it. You can get it from the Pebble website for $100. You can get the Pebble Steel, which is the same exact software, but it comes in a steel casing instead of plastic, and it will have a stainless steel strap instead of the silicone one. It looks very nice. I just don't think it's worth the price tag that they're asking for it. And then the Pebble Time just dropped, and that is $200. Also can't justify that, even though it's like it has color, it's a bit prettier to look at. I don't think the design's very good. And then even more recently, they just put out the Pebble Time Steel. That is $250 for, quite frankly, I just don't see it being worth that when there are other phones that, other watches that LG has put out, Motorola's put out, that you can get even for cheaper than that, and it'll have way more functionality. Now, you can also get this Pebble smartwatch on Amazon for 84 bucks, which is pretty cheap, but I got mine on Mass Drop. If you guys never heard of it, I'll link it in the bio. Pretty much everyone buys in bulk and you get their devices cheaper. So I got mine for only 75 bucks, and that was just a steal for me right then and there. I bought it, never looked back. So that's it, guys. That's my review on the Pebble watch. I hope this answered some questions that other reviewers are not answering. I know it's a dated product, but I wanna make the video anyway. Let me know if you want to see more videos of like the apps and watch faces that I use. If you're curious at all, I can make videos on that. Sure, why not? Comment down below with your smartwatch opinion. I can't wait for the Apple Watch 2 to come out. Probably will check that out. This is more or less a holdover for me to get that. And yeah, just subscribe, like the video. Hope you guys like my new intro. It is sick. And I'll see you guys next video. Peace.